what strikes me and what was for me a moment of revelation was that within Christianity, amongst the people who call themselves Christians, followers of Christ, the same fluidity of understanding who Christ is has crawled up and exists and flourishes. Or again, even worse, the idea that Christ is only one of the many ways, the many paths towards salvation, illumination, whatever they might call that state of being. My beloved ones, Christ was very clear. You cannot know the Father if you do not know the Son. If you reject the Father, if you do not have, if you reject the Son, if you do not have the Son, then you don't have the Father either. There is no way forward except the path. And Christ is clear. I am the path. I am the way, and I am the very salvation that you are praying and hoping and striving for. Of course you can say, well, Christ is a liar, and you are free to say that. God has created us free beings. You are free to simply not believe Christ, but then don't call yourself a Christian. Accept the fact that deep down, although you've painted yourself an image of yourself as a Christian person, deep down you don't believe him. And you don't believe his followers either, the ones whom Christ has sent to teach the world that he is the way, he is the only way to salvation, because they were obsessed. There is no other way, no other word to describe that. The disciples of Christ, the holy apostles, and the first bishops of the very first century, the bishops that were ordained by the apostles, because hierarchy is not something that was created, millennia or centuries later. Hierarchy, bishops and priests and everything, and the deacons, they are mentioned in the gospel and they existed already in the first century. These disciples of Christ were obsessed with making certain that no foreign teaching concerning the person of Christ finds its way into the church, because they knew that our salvation depends 101% on our ability to know Christ as he truly is.